Hey guys, welcome to Get Busy Watching. I'm your host, Honest Dan. Let's talk movies.
Now that I cut ties with Mr. J, I'm about to learn that a lot of people want me dead.
All alone.
And at the top of that list is this guy. He's after all of us. The kid just robbed him. You betrayed him. You killed his BFF.
You never.
And you're dumb enough to be building a case against him. So, unless we all want to die very unpleasant deaths, we're gonna have to work together. Sure.
Fall in love.
Yeah, okay, I really like this one. Where I'm sitting, this is my number 4 favorite DCEU film, roaring past Man of Steel. I was seeing some early reviews saying that it was basically Deadpool but with Harley Quinn. I don't know, that feels a little disingenuous to me. What, because occasionally, very occasionally, she breaks the fourth wall and suddenly that's Deadpool? It's more narration than anything else, and honestly, it's not like Deadpool was unique in that way. It was just taking the concept of breaking the fourth wall and doing great with it. The commonalities kind of end there. Because, yeah, that is what Harley Quinn does really well. She takes the narration portion of storytelling and does a wonderful job with it. In fact, that's actually one of my favorite aspects about the movie is the narration. Far too often, even in better films, narration is mostly inserted to kind of give it a quirk or a kind of style that's ultimately not needed. Basically, even in better films, the visuals do a fine enough job of telling the audience what the audience needs to know. No reason for some voice to spell it out. This ain't a podcast, yo, but Birds does this wonderfully. Never mind that Harley's narrations are funny, but she also talks about character backgrounds that wouldn't be in the movie if it was told without the flashbacks. Maybe not everything narrated is 100% necessary, but if it's not useful, it's funny. If it's not funny, then it's useful. I quite admire that. It also retains some of the visual quirkiness from Suicide Squad, but implements it in a way that's far less contrived. It's not as flashy, but it's definitely more in tune with Harley and her story. I loved it and I'll take it. Of course, Robbie is great as Harley Quinn, but here are some other performances that really stood out for me. Fucking Ewan McGregor knocked it out of the park. Holy shit, he was clearly having the fucking time of his life playing Black Mask. He's such a perfect blend of threatening and cartoonishly goofy. I can't remember a time I had this much fun with a villain. Half the film's entertainment is McGregor. Also, Mary Elizabeth Winstead as Huntress. While maybe a little too comedically written than I would have gone for, the writing for her is so great that I eventually stopped caring. Basically a murderous vigilante who almost seems to aspire to be a badass one-liner spewing kind of character, practicing said lines in the mirror and taking herself so seriously, it works so well that she quickly became one of my favorite characters. Not that I want to diminish anyone else's talent, everyone was great. The story... Yeah, here's where we get to some negatives. Granted, they're small, so don't freak out at me. I don't have a problem with the main story, Harley protecting Cassandra from Black Mask for stealing the Bertinelli diamond. However, Black Mask's motivations don't really make that much sense. Black Mask wants the Bertinelli fortune for... what? More money to be able to afford more goons? Dude's already stupid rich, and if the climax is anything to go by, he has a sizable army of henchmen as is and could likely recoup any losses. So essentially, he's an already rich dude who wants to be even richer and have a bigger army on top of his already big army. This feels redundant. Why not just have him want to get the diamond because he's a collector of rare and valuable things? We see him have so much pride in the things he already has. Why not just have the diamond be another collectible in his collections, and the money attached to it is just a side bonus? Speaking of which, despite enjoying Huntress as a character, in retrospect, she's in this story in a fairly forced way. The MacGuffin of the story is the Bertinelli diamond. Huntress, aka Helena Bertinelli, is a survivor of her family's slaughter at the hands of a rival gang family. She spent the last X amount of years training to be an assassin to kill everyone who killed her family. But it's only because of a randomly inserted line from Montoya that it was really Black Mask that gave the order to kill the Bertinelli family that Huntress sticks around. There was no prior indication that the rival family was under Black Mask's command. In fact, considering that it's her family's diamond and fortune on the line, I'm wondering if Huntress should have been the main character of the movie. Yeah, why not have Huntress be the one who protects Cassandra and desperately needs the girl to shit out the diamond? In retrospect, Harley should have been a supporting character. Probably the biggest, smallest issue that I had was I was constantly asking, how do these characters fight so well? Okay, Huntress and Renee Montoya make sense. Huntress is a trained assassin and Montoya is a cop. But Harley? I don't know. Fine, I'm no expert on her comic book counterpart and likely don't know about the defining moment where she became an expert on kung fu, but I always associated her with being a dirty fighter, packing explosives and her own unique brand of gadgets and weapons to go toe-to-toe with stronger adversaries. Also, she's just smart and clever. Yet in this movie, she's doing flips and acrobatics. She's pulling moves that I don't think even her Injustice counterpart could hack. And she was getting trained-ish by Batman in that universe. The same kind of goes for Black Canary. In the comics and cartoons, her ability to fight is a result from being trained by special forces dudes or other martial artists, and as a result is a world-class fighter no matter what medium she's portrayed in. Dude, she's even beaten Batman on occasion, according to Wikipedia. However, where does her training come from in this movie? If I'm to understand her vague background, she was just a kid when her cop mom died and has likely bounced around in the foster care system. Now as an adult, she's likely been doing less than savory things for less than savory people. Where would she learn how to fight in all that time? Sure, you could probably make the argument that she was training or picking up martial arts classes when she's not singing for Black Mask, but that's kind of an excuse made in a vacuum with no foundation of proof. Honestly, looking back on it now, Black Canary barely uses her Canary Cry, rendering it a deus ex machina toward the end. Had her powers been used more frequently, not only would it negate that element, but it could have been used as a means to compensate for her lack of martial arts. Also, it would have looked cooler. Basically, if you have a live-action Black Canary and she uses her Canary Cry less frequently than the ill-fated Birds of Prey TV show, which only used it twice, and in one episode, I'm gonna say it, you done fucked something up. I think the filmmakers just wanted to showcase women being hard-hitting fighters, whether or not it made any legit kind of sense. Still, I do say that it's a small issue, because I can't deny the utter entertainment value of these action scenes or the badassery of these women. So, why is Birds my number 4 favorite film in the DCEU lineup? Well, my number 3 is Shazam, and the reason why Birds doesn't surpass that is because, well, I relate more to the character arc of Billy Batson than I do anyone in Birds of Prey. I'm adopted, so I can understand Billy's desire to look for his mom. It's very personal in that way. Still, I'm not denying it. Birds has better action, better visuals, and is significantly more entertaining. As for pushing Man of Steel to number 5, well, I still like Man of Steel overall, but Birds doesn't have a grotesque amount of Jesus symbolism. Birds didn't do anything that royally annoyed me. Man of Steel kinda did. Overall, the film isn't perfect, but as far as DCEU films are concerned, it is one of the more entertaining ones. Great acting across the board, especially from Robbie, McGregor, and Winstead. Definitely room for improvement for the next outing, but DC is on a roll and should definitely keep going in this direction. I really liked it, and I'm giving it a pretty high endorsement. My honest rating for Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of one Harley Quinn, yes, I said the whole thing, get over it, a strong 4 out of 5.
Harley Quinn wins.
Sadly, Birds of Prey is bombing at the box office as I speak. But I just found out from comicbook.com that certain movie theater websites are actually changing the title of the movie to simply Harley Quinn, Birds of Prey. It's likely a ploy to help boost ticket sales, but personally, I don't think it's going to help. I'm pretty sure people have made up their minds whether or not this is the kind of movie they're going to see. The only thing that's going to save it at this point is word of mouth and the urging of the fan base that wants people to give this the chance that even I can agree it deserves. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Hope to see you soon.